Alright, which of the following must be true of the fraction x squared over y squared if we know the absolute value of y is less than the absolute value of x, and when you multiply the two numbers, it does not equal 0. Now, first thing I want to do is just try some values to see what's happening. So, for example, remember that y is going to have to be less than x. So, let's try y equals 1 and x equals 2 and see what happens. This is one of those problems that sometimes you just have to leave a little spare time, or if it takes you a little bit longer here, you're going to have to make up some time in a problem coming up later. So, 2 squared over 1 squared, which would give me 4 over 1, which is 4. Okay? Let's see, let's try y equals 1/2, x equals 2. Now if I try that, I get 2 squared over 1/2 squared, which equals 4 over 1/4, which is equal to, remember, bring the bottom up to the top, multiply by the reciprocal, so that becomes 16. Okay, so you can kind of see what's happening in there a little bit. Try another example. Y equals 9 over 10, and x equals 1. And if I try that, I end up with 1 squared over 9/10 squared. Well, that's 1 over 81 1/100. Again, whoops, bring that up to the top, multiply by the reciprocal, becomes 100 over 81. Now, if you try out some of the different, or check different answers, the first one says that it must be greater than or equal to 2. Well, we can throw that out because the third example we tried was 100 over 80, and that's not greater than 2. B says it is going to have to be greater than 1. Well, that worked for every one that I chose. C says that x squared over y squared can equal 1. Well, it didn't work out of any of those that I chose, plus that if you think about it, y has to be less than x. The only way that they could come out 1 is if x and y would have to be equal to each other, and they are not supposed to equal each other, so I'd throw that one out. D is x squared over y squared must be less than 1, but if, let's see, if we look at all of our choices we had here, none of those came out that way. And the only way for it to be less than 1 is if the top is smaller than the bottom. And I don't think we can get that to happen, so throw that one out. Last one. If x squared over y squared cannot equal 3 over 2, well, actually it can. If you choose x to be the square root of 3 and y to be the square root of 2, square x, square y, you get 3 over 2, and that would work out. So, throw that one out too, and I guess I'd pick answer choice B.